Good morning, Florida Panther fans. Welcome to the first morning of your life where you can say last night the Florida Panthers won a Stanley Cup final game. So, based on the pre video talk, and by the way, our pictures might freeze up, but the internet, the sound should be good. Um, with all the smoke and everything, there's all sorts of technical issues going on around here. So, I'm doing the best I can. It took like 3 hours for the recap to upload
You
last
see,
night.
that's the thing. The cigars, it's like
That's the
we
thing.
got our little thing here.
So we're winning the Stanley Cup.
You look like Mel Brooks with the. I mean,
This
what's his
beard
name?
is ridiculous.
Not Mel Brooks. Who's Braveheart? Mel
Oh,
Gibson. You
Mel,
look like you
great.
look like Mel Gibson with the beard there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
hopefully it will grow a little bit more.
Yeah, we
We
we've
need to
got
win
we've
three more
got
games.
we've got a few more games here. So last night I said this in the recap, and then we'll get to Stu's got a whole Stu's got a whole show planned, but I cannot get over how similar it felt to Game 7 against Boston as that clock was winding down. And yeah, it's not an elimination game, but at 3-0, everybody knows what that story is. And the chat refused to believe Kyle to quit. Kyle refused to quit, even when Dias was there hanging out and holding on. And
You got it with this team.
what I said in my series preview, the Vegas Knights can beat us, but they can't eliminate us. And that's why we're going to win the series. Good morning, Stu.
Good morning, Mr. Eric. So I want to start off the video. We kind of sort of have like created a new little segment of our game review.
By we, Stu means Stu.
Well, me, but this is for the Flying Fluffy Sports Channel, which people is growing. We're about to
I'm
hit
just giving you I'm just giving you the shit that you give me before the camera goes on. You see, you give me the shit before the video starts and you wonder why I'm
All
quiet.
right,
And then
listen.
I come
Hey,
back.
hey, we're buds, man. You can rag on me.
I'll play
Anyway,
with
jump.
you.
Let's jump to
All right, let me
the shout. I call it the shout out section. And these are people that come up to me,
Stu
whether it
is
be in the parking lot or like yesterday, we got there really early. We're standing outside and in the concourse and whatnot. But anyway, so the first shout out goes to
Do
no,
you see the picture?
yeah, but that's not
This
the
is the
one.
order they're in. Go just deal with it.
All
So
right,
like
so
that's what happens when you send me the
I don't
pictures
know if
at
you can blow
8:15.
that up, but this is a guy that I haven't seen in a long time. The guy in the middle, his name is Dave. Used to go by Bobblehead Dave. This guy is an OG. He's had seats in 120 forever. He was one of my, my kind of close knit guys when I first got on Twitter. Um, he's done some great Photoshop stuff of me, and that's his son Aaron, who I know when he was a little kid. He's now a big kid, and he's a really good hockey player. So shout out to you guys. It was really good seeing you in the parking lot yesterday. Okay, who do we got now?
It's Lucas.
I don't know if everybody knows who that is,
Yeah.
but that's Mr. Lucas from Boston,
Yeah, he put out
who
his shorts. He put
surprisingly flew down for the game, which was cool as could be.
I
And I
believe
haven't
his
seen
beard is
Lucas for
whiter
a
than
while.
mine.
You can find a video on YouTube of the whole Panther Palooza thing, how that started, and Lucas coming down. Met
Yeah.
Lucas on Twitter. Lucas did a podcast a long time ago,
Yeah,
and
he's the original
good to
guy.
see you, my man.
Yep, I was texting with him last night. He was having a blast. And there's Dan Marino.
Yeah, obviously. Dan Marino was a little slow on the drum, but it's okay. It was Dan Marino, so
He's
I'll
got
let him.
some miles on his arm. You know, I gotta pause here because when Kyle says Dan Marino's beating the drum, that my entire being went, we ain't never won shit with Dan Marino. Oh no, what's he doing? And and as that clock ticking down in the third period, I ain't gonna lie, it's like they should have never. I'm thinking it. I wasn't saying it because I didn't want any bad juju, but I'm thinking they should have never had Dan Marino bang that drum because
No.
all my memories of year after year after year of the playoffs and us losing, and I was like, oh no, oh god, oh no. But
Dude, you know who they should have?
we finally won something with Marino in the building.
They should have players from the '96 team. Jovanovski.
Well, they had that a lot during the playoffs.
We should have the Beezer. Anyway, moving on. Moving on.
But that was the third one. I think we're going to this one.
I know I sent them out of order. Okay, so that's Mark.
That's Mark, right?
I call Mark the Barracuda. Mark Coda. He's been really cool driving me to the games. That's a banner that they had as you're walking up to the arena. We got one with his dad. I just sent you, Eric. You should have gotten that one.
Yeah, but it's sent it. There's
yeah, that's me.
There's
That's
the
what
celebrity
just if
outside.
anybody wanted to know, that's the front. They just I think they took Ekblad down and put the cup there.
Is that really what? Yeah. Oh, that ain't right, man.
Yeah.
That ain't right. And I think we got two more here. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I guess we'll just open it there. Oh, come on now.
All right. So that I believe is
Are you gonna butcher this? I got the text, but it's from a long time ago.
so
I'm gonna save
let's
you.
see who
here.
that is. I think
I'm gonna
I
save you here.
think that's Yoel and Laura.
Yoel and Laura. You got to the text first.
Right. So as you guys know, first period, I'm always in the right in front of the bar, right in the middle, across from Pantherland. It's my place. If you guys ever want to come up to me and say hi, it's great to meet all, fans of the show and fans of Eric's channel and whatnot. And these guys are big supporters. And for anybody that's not subscribed to the channel, we're getting close to 7,000 people.
We're getting there.
I'd like to see that 7,000 mark happening soon. So I also want to give a shout out to Brandon and Vanessa.
Yep. Okay, go ahead.
Hold on that.
Yeah,
Hold
well,
on
it's
on
there.
that. Okay. Anyway, you guys should know who that is.
Right. Yeah. Brandon, Vanessa, and Raymond was the other names that you said.
Right. And I met them in Pantherland.
See, I participate. I'm a good guy.
And looking for merch. I mean, people come up to me all the time, anywhere. This is my good buddy Kevin Weeks from the NHL Network, ESPN. You've seen him. I know Kevin since he's a rookie. Used to watch him at the practice facility. So Kevin was around when him and Luongo were I'm not gonna say rookies, but Kevin, I know you a long time, and now he's a big guy. His wife had a baby boy, so he's a new father. Really, really nice guy. Didn't recognize me at first until I had to say, dude, it's Stu and Boca. Huh? Oh no! Then he went nuts. Then he gave me a big hug and
yeah.
But he was on the run to probably get on air. So shout out to Kevin.
All right, this concludes the Stu.
Wait. Do you have the last one that I said?
That's what I got. No, I have to send it to the email. It's a whole process. So let's go to the game review.
All right, so
we're
Bill,
10 minutes in.
So Bill, Mark's dad from Newark, I apologize. Your son didn't send me the picture until right before we went on air here. So
as long as
my humble apologies for not posting that picture. Anyway, all right. So that's the shout out section.
It's been a completely different show for anybody listening to my mic and not yours. I'm having fun, bro.
All right. So listen.
Let me know when you start getting strippers because of the channel. All right.
Oh, I can put some people on.
Let me know when. Oh my God, when that happens.
I have to go to Vegas.
You have to go.
Anyway, thank you to all the supporters of the channel.
Yeah.
All the people that do the super chats.
Except for the couple of people that actually subscribed to chat in the chat last night just to troll us and spam the word N-word. Except for those subscribers.
How many guys were on the stream last night?
We had like 100. We averaged like 150 most of the night.
If I had some battery left, I would have, come on with you guys. But I'm in the parking lot now. Last story. Now, here's the thing, guys. Obviously, I like to smoke cigars. So my ritual for all these years until the COVID thing happened was I cut my cigars in half. First period intermission, I go out and smoke. Then that lounge, when I worked for the club, we created that smoking lounge out there. So I would sneak out there and smoke, come back in, second intermission, smoke. So now I can't smoke during the game. So my new thing is I smoke before the game and I smoke after the game. Now, Mark, I love Mark. He's really cool. But Mark takes it anywhere from a half an hour to an hour to get from his seats to the car. Excuse me. So basically, I take his keys.
You know why that is? He has to get intoxicated enough to deal with you on the drive home.
Yeah. No, I think he savors the win. A lot of people didn't leave the arena for a while, Eric. All right. So anyway,
I know. I know.
So I'm just saying. So I do get to smoke at the game. All right. So
12:15. Because I'm just mentioning it because I know somebody in the comments is going to say something. We won the Stanley Cup game last night, so this is a special video.
Listen, I gotta give thank yous to all the supporters of the channel. This is how we're going to get to 10,000.
I'm just giving you
because
shit.
People, if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, and you come to a game and you say hi to me and you get a shout out, you're going to be a subscriber. We're getting this channel to 10,000 soon.
Yeah. Well, we'll reach 7,000 hopefully by the end of the day. By the time I post the reaction from the game last night, which let's talk about the game. So, did you watch my recap?
I did not.
You did not. So okay, so you don't know what I said about Ekblad.
So, no recap this morning. I didn't have time, guys. I was so juiced up from the game last night.
He was writing to his fan club.
Let's just say I had to take something to
Stu.com.
I had to take something to like fall asleep, and I literally woke up a little like 15 minutes before we're doing this. So right. Usually I'm up at 6:37 in the morning. It took a little time for me to get to bed, so I woke up a little late. So game, awesome. Hector, thank you again for the tickets. Sorry that I missed you last night. And what did we talk about before the game? Quick goal, discipline, yada, yada. Bob's got to come back to play the way he did. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Right.
We get that. They came out really good. I mean, I'm like, here we go. First goal, 4 minutes and I don't know, it was under 5 minutes, but great play by Chucky to Montour, and Montour, top shelf, 1-0. Things are looking good. And then I really wish that Gary Bettman would talk to these refs and say, look, you want to call penalties? Call penalties, but you're calling phantom penalties, skinny penalties,
right?
Soft penalties, and you're affecting the fucking game.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not saying that the Panthers didn't deserve some of those penalties. I mean, the Barkov cross check in front of the net was stupid. Gudis getting flattened into the boards and then going out and cross checking, stupid. But there's this, like the one with 11 seconds left in the third period was
I know.
total bullshit.
Yes.
All right, so let's get back to the game. So Montour scores, and we're looking good. And then I don't know, was it Duclair that tripped up the thing that caused the penalty that caused the tying goal?
There were so many penalties; they all run together.
Because you have your Panther killer, former 30-goal scorer for the Panthers, that Dale Talon, I won't say schmuck that he is, let him and Riley Smith go. And those two guys are like original, they call them misfits. But those two guys, I told you before the series started, Marchessault's got a really big chip on his shoulder for the Panthers letting him go for nothing. Okay, so he scores again. He has scored in every game. I think he got 2 in the previous game, and I don't even know if he got 2 in the first game, but anyway, okay. So then I don't think we brought it in the second or the third period. I think we were really fortunate to get out of there with a win. So they go up 2-1. Who scored the oh no. The first goal was a power play where Mark Stone was, man, they better watch some film, because here's another instance where the two defensemen on the power play are in front of Mark Stone, who's right in front of Bob all by himself, and it's an easy tip-in.
Right.
So they tie the game. And then, of course, Marchessault scored. All right, so now we're fast-forwarding to the third period. And you tell me, Eric, do you think the Panthers played desperate hockey and made a push in the third period? Or do you think like they just were like waiting for the last couple of minutes to do their magic?
I think Vegas is really fucking good. That's what I think. That's what I think. I watched them do what, I mean, they beat the crap out of us the first 2 games the way we beat other teams. And they were shutting us down last night the way we shut down other teams. But
yep,
this team won't die. They're just not going to die. So, kind of like what I said in the series preview, all of the stats and the analytics and the hockey and the matchups and the don't take the penalty and all of that is still going to lead to what happened on the ice last night, which is, I don't know how we did this, but we won. And we're going to win the cup doing that. I mean, that's why we're here. I mean, night after night after night in Toronto and against Carolina, where it's just like, how did that not go in? How did that not go in? Jack Eichel hits the post with 7 minutes left last night, and if that is a quarter of an inch that way, it's 3-0 Vegas. And we're done.
Yeah, there were at least 2 or 3. There were 2 posts, but there were at least another couple of instances where, like Bob made the save, and then he like took his glove and the puck went to the, as we're looking at the net, to the left, and Howden is another, like it's going in, and Bob gets over from the left to the right and gets his blocker on it.
The difference Bob, in him,
hats off to Bob because he was back last night.
I have figured out the difference in him when he's bad versus good. It's anticipation. He, again, though that blocker, the one you're talking about, and me multiple saves like that last night, where he's anticipating correctly where the puck is going to go, and that's why he's getting there. And whatever zone that was that he was in, he's back in it.
Absolutely. And I think that first goal within the first 5 minutes, I'm not going to say it rattled Hill, but it gave confidence to the Panthers that, we can beat him.
Right.
So, yeah, they were just managing the clock last night. They were not pushing offensively. They were
No,
just
look.
like,
I mean,
let's just we're going to be up 3-0. Let's just play solid. Watch your ass hockey and let's wind the clock down. So now we're getting down to brass tacks. Panther hockey, Boston Bruins. Who else did we tie up? The win against.
Well, the last game against Carolina, yeah.
All right, so we pull Bob, and
everybody knows that's my favorite thing.
And I just cannot believe Matthew Tkachuk gets. It was a Verhaeghe shot from the point.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just as I don't understand some of the things that we don't do, what was the Vegas guys thinking? Because Matthew Tkachuk is in his blue paint condo.
Yeah, exactly.
He is, without a doubt, the best player in the NHL for rebounds in the blue paint. How does he do it? But he did it again. Now, this happened right in front of me, and it happened so fast. What happened was it was in the middle of the net, and he hit the camera. But the thing went so fast, I'm like, oh, my God. Everybody went nuts, and, they were celebrating. I'm like,
yeah.
Did that go in? I don't know if that went in. I thought it hit the post.
Right.
There was a little hesitation for a second.
Yeah.
Then I realized he hit the camera.
Yeah.
Saw the replay. 2 minutes and 14 seconds, guys. How does he freaking do it? He can be like quiet the whole night, and it's frustrating for me. And then all of a sudden, he's the freaking hero again.
Yep.
So, I mean, we could talk about that hit that he took. He took a hit like he gave Jack Eichel.
Yeah.
Colasar is a big MFer. So he hit him pretty good. So he was out almost the whole first period.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was concussion protocol, even though his head didn't get hit.
Yeah,
all right, so we tie the game. Crowd's going nuts. And then we're going to overtime. Matthias, sorry I missed your overtime shit. And I heard he did it live.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, 11 seconds left. The Phantom penalty. That was no trip. I mean, referees are going to ruin this freaking series. They're going to tip a game. They probably already have, but they're going to tip a game. And you don't call the penalty like that.
You can't call that.
Unless it's like Forsling getting tripped by Jordan Stahl, where it's a definite trip.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, you just can't call that.
Anyway.
Either way, I mean, look, some of the calls were weak on both sides. Okay. I mean, how the Carolina and the Toronto series was officiated for the most part. What we have? We'd have 2 power plays. They'd have 1. They'd have 2. We'd have 1. I mean, it was. This is crazy, and nobody's doing anything any differently than they've done all.
Let them play hockey. This is the finals, man.
Well, and it's amplified because they just played 3 series where the referees are probably, for the most part, putting the whistles away. And then so everybody's playing a certain way, and the refs are just calling it like it's game 10 in the middle, of the season and calling everything. And it's just obscene.
Yeah, this ain't about the referees being stars, TV stars or whatever. This is about the players. So, anyway, so of course, I got the group of people that are and I was sitting with some really cool fans, and I'm saying, listen, we got it. And I was really worried, guys. All right, I'll be honest with you. I was really worried because they were going to come out with clean ice. The ice was
right,
whatever. And after getting tied up like that, I was worried. Let's just say that. So I said, listen, if we kill this penalty, we're going to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, they found a way to kill the penalty. and it was almost 2 minutes. I think there
Yeah.
might have been, there was 11 seconds.
11
So there
seconds,
was
right, right.
a minute and like, whatever, 48 seconds of power play. And I also said to them, you watch, it's going to be Verhage or it's going to be Kachuk, and they're going to go top shelf, just like they did against Boston, just like they did against
Right.
Carolina. And
Yep. Sure
boom,
enough. Yep.
great play by Kachuk. First of all, great pass by Bennett. And you could see on the replay, Ekblad was with him also. He had to get out of Verhage's way.
Right,
And,
right.
and take a look at the flex on Verhage's stick,
Right.
because he zipped it. But Kachuk made the play too, and he really got kind of unnoticed, even though the NHL Network pointed it out.
Right, right.
Kachuk goes for the net,
Goes for the net. Yeah.
and that distracts. And I don't even know how the defenseman didn't get on him, but that distracted Hill,
Right.
and I think kind of screened him. In fact, I didn't really see it because it was already where Hector's seats are. It's 6 rows down, and you can see in the Panthers shoot twice zone, but it's tough to see all the way down the other end.
Right.
So I kind of sort of had to watch the scoreboard. But anyway, the place went friggin' bonkers, of course, and the Rats came out. It reminded me of '96.
Yeah. Except
It
this
reminded
time.
me of '96.
Except this time we win.
So we're back in. And Saturday night, the only thing I'm just hoping and praying that Maurice just plays the stupid ones, the undisciplined ones, not a penalty. Like I know Mark Stahl took a penalty, a tripping call that probably saved the goal.
Right.
You
Yeah.
remember that one?
Yeah. 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 That
All
one
right,
was
that's
nuts.
a legitimate penalty, but the
Right.
Barkov, I mean, that's not him cross-checking the guy in the back when he's in front of the net.
Right.
He was on the offensives. He was in front of Hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't know, it was a defenseman or he just cross-checks him.
No, he was trying to. That was in front of our Bob. That was in front of Bob.
No, was it? No, I
Yeah.
don't
It was.
think so.
It was in front of Bob. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was there. I wasn't watching on TV, but anyway, listen, the atmosphere was great with the fans. We're not Las Vegas, excuse me, where they spend probably millions of dollars in pregame presentation,
Right.
lots of glitz and stuff, but the fans were into it. Baba Brewski,
Bubba.
if we win the cup,
There ain't no way.
I'm sorry, Chucky.
Ain't
Baba
no way.
Brewski's he's your star because he made some incredible saves.
Yep.
And anyway, Verhage with another snipe. That's 4 overtime winners. And I get Bally's the post game.
Yeah,
Randy and
yeah.
Goldie do the post game thing. So while I'm waiting for Mark 40 minutes or whatever, I'm watching the. It was going in and out, but I remember Goldie naming off like 5 guys who were like Hall of Famers that have more game-winning overtime goals than Verhage does.
Right. Right.
And by like 1. I mean, he's up there. And this is a guy that we got off waivers, just like Marchessault. So
Yeah.
hats off to Bill Zito
Yeah.
because he's got the talent eye. Think about it. Forsling, Mahura,
Mahura.
Montour, Luosterainen.
Yeah. Well, Luosterainen was the Trocheck trade.
I know.
Yeah, but
Great,
not waiver.
But
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
just thinking of guys
Right.
that he's brought to this team that have been a big part of the
Yeah.
team.
It's all
Obviously,
makes a difference.
the Bennett, Reinhardt. But I think the biggest move, and I almost forgot this, the biggest move that Maurice made was putting Verhaeghe, Bennett, and Kachuk back together. You
Right.
remember earlier in the latter part of the season, that line was good.
Right.
I'd much rather see Verhaeghe on that line than on Barkov's line. And Barkov played. He didn't score, but he played defensively. He played really good,
Right.
except for that dumb brain fart moment where he crossed, and that's not his game. So, anyway, it's a series now.
Yes.
Vegas had us on the ropes, man. They were 2 minutes away from 3-0 and pretty much the Stanley Cup.
Right.
And Goldie said, "Don't want to poke the bear." Vegas had him on the ropes, and
Yep.
they might be sorry. So anyway,
Yep.
Saturday night, I'm expecting a more disciplined game. If we can cut that crap out,
Yeah, I mean,
that's been
Vegas
getting
only
us
scored
in
on the power play.
Oh,
I mean, they only scored on the power play. You know.
0 for 7, us. Let's talk about that because that's a big, big, big factor. So we go 0 for 7 in the first 2 games. We go 0 for 5 last night.
Yep.
What happened last year in Tampa with a guy named Andrew Brunette?
Yeah.
0 for 31? No changes made?
It's not.
Bye-bye, Andrew.
It's
So
the
where's
players.
Maurice? Now we're 0 for 12. Jesus Christ. Do something.
I mean, he's moved guys around. The selection is limited. Okay.
It's not the players. It's what they're doing. They're so freaking predictable. Every time Kachuk is trying to get Reinhardt in that front, in that middle, the bumper they call it. Almost every time he's trying to, and there's 2 guys on him. Barkov has the puck 3, 4, 5 times on the 5 penalties, and he doesn't shoot. Shoot the freaking puck.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that it's not Maurice, it's the players. There was one of the power plays where it was 15 seconds left in the power play and we finally got our first shot on goal. They're not shooting the puck.
Montour's not shooting. And I understand about, worrying about the defense blocking shots.
Right. Yeah, well, right.
The best guy in the NHL for a point guy is Brett Burns. How he finds the way to get it through everybody. Yeah. But, man, you're not going to score on a power play unless you shoot, and they're trying so hard to find the perfect thing. And, again, to me, the power play is very predictable, and they got to change things. I think the second unit had a couple better chances.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's it. I mean, yeah. Saturday we're back in the series. I think Vegas. I don't think they're gonna worry like, oh, woe is me. We're down 3-0, but it's got to be in their head that they outplayed us. Eric, for the most part, they took it to us, and we're not playing desperate hockey, and we're not playing disciplined hockey. And again, there was no goon stuff. Kachuk finally probably got a talking to, and you didn't see him running around flying and hitting people like he's done in previous games. So if we can come out Saturday, again, quick goal, get Hill rattled, and just play smarter. Just play smarter. We take game 2, and then, like you said, we go back to Vegas, win our first game there, and then we come back and we win in 6, like I predicted.
Like Stu predicted. All right, so what's today? Friday. Yeah. I'm gonna have video out later of the celebration last night, the live stream. Lost train of thought there for half a second. I'll have some stuff out later, and then of course podcast will be out. Supposed to take the boys. I don't know if we're gonna go fishing or to the gym. The smoke is mostly gone, but it's still It's still not pleasant out there. My throat's all burnt up. My eyes are all burnt. So other than that, appreciate all the support, all the new subscribers, and I'll see you a couple
Yeah, hit
times
that
later.
subscribe button, people. If you like, listen, this is the #1 Panther podcast in the world, Flying Fluffy Sports. If you're not a part of this community, I mean, thank you to everybody last night. This community is great. I wasn't on the stream last night, but I love watching all the comments from everybody. And let's build this channel, man. This channel, I've seen I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos on the series, and there's other podcasters that have more subscribers and that have sponsors and stuff. You know what? This channel should have 50,000 subscribers, and we should have sponsors and stuff, because this is the best content you're going to find on the Florida Panthers. So with that, hats off. By the way, you like the hat?
I like the hat. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I changed outfits last night.
So let's hope that they can build on this, and it's one game at a time. But if we take game 2, we're looking good.
I feel good.
Looking good. So Saturday night, we're fighting.
All right, guys. We'll see you.